Work today. Don't come in. I tried calling him. He's not picking up, so I guess today's any good day for my wife to give birth, since it's kind of being home anyway. Should I be worried?
Let's make sure I got this straight. So the alleged president, Donald Trump, crashes the fucking economy. The job numbers are in the fucking toilet. The unemployment rate is going up. And all you Trump MAGA supporters just love this guy still? He is decimating the economy of the United States, and you idiots are still cheering him on. Yeah, he's running it like a business. Isn't that what you guys said? Oh, he's going to run the United States like a business. Yeah, he's running it exactly like he runs his businesses. He's going to bankrupt this fucking country just like he bankrupted his own companies 6 goddamn times. But you people never learn. And you know what? And he doesn't like the job numbers. So he fires the head of the Labor Board Bureau of Statistics. Come on. He's not happy with the numbers, so he fires other people rather than taking accountability and responsibility for the actions and things that he has done that is crashing the economy. Yeah, he's a real winner, just winning all the way around, right? Grocery prices are skyrocketing and jobs are disappearing. That is a recipe for fucking disaster. But hey, this is what you voted for. I hope you have the fucking day you voted for as well.
And it seems impossible that these people, okay, they voted for Trump. They just see the situation in the trucking industry, how they just getting laid off, how they just don't have as many jobs as they wanted to have or they had before in the Biden administration. And they just still truckers that support Donald Trump. On the top of that, the truckers, I don't know if you remember, but I did a video, I think like a few months ago, about how the trucking industry now is require everybody to be able to speak and write English. And that is not a problem. The problem is how you're gonna prove if the person know how to speak English, or he knows, or the person know how to write English. Because maybe the person know how to speak English in a simple way, but if you're just gonna put like a pharmaceutical terminology, I bet you and we just don't know how even to pronounce or how to write those kind of vocabulary or terminology. So at least that they have some kind of standardized test for everybody, for all the people that is in the trucking industry, for you can prove that they speak English. All of that is like extremely racist and also bias. Yes, and it's just happening in the country right now on the top of all the problems that the trucking industry have right now with the tariff.
I just got laid off by Meta, and I spent the entire morning reading the separation agreement, trying to figure out if I could actually make this video. Very unclear if I can, but let's just pretend I'm good and proceed. So I'll tell the story from the beginning. I got hired originally in 2019. That's 6 years ago, so I've been around. But the craziest part is I left the company of my own accord, not once, but twice. And both times Meta asked me to come back. Recruiter reached out to me a year ago, literally asked me to come back, no questions asked, no interviews, even gave me a signing bonus, which is crazy. So of course I came back. And fast forward 1 year, my manager messages me this morning, says, you should probably work from home today. I would strongly encourage it. I know, I'm getting laid off for sure. So she joins the call with HR on the dot, says one sentence, says you received a below expectations rating for your mid-year review and the company has terminated you. Crazy, drops the call, no other communications, cold as fuck. I'm not even mad about it. It's comical how much thrash there is in this company and what the company is doing.
Belt tightening because of President Trump's tariffs, with hard-hit truckers taking another blow. Layoffs are beginning in the trucking industry as American ports are seeing a big drop in cargo ship arrivals, meaning less to haul across our country.
Next to a bunch of truck chassis because they're parked and they're not in use. And look on the other side there. They're stacked up, and in this truck yard alone, there are about 100 chassis stacked up because they don't need them. They're typically out on the roadways. Like everyone else along America's massive supply chain, truckers expect things to go from bad to worse.
This yard costs us money, this equipment costs us money, our chassis costs us money, our employees cost us money, electricity costs us money, right? So after 6 months, I would say we would be in pretty dire situations. And that's just us. And there's hundreds of companies like us who would probably be in this, most likely be in the same situation, if not worse.
So I'm at work right now, but I am reading this article from Freight Waves. They're saying that layoffs are going to hit the freight-related companies across Southwest or Southeast. More than 1,800 jobs cut in Alabama, Florida, Georgia, Tennessee, and South Carolina. So, question is, are we doing great yet?
The PSA for all my truckers out there, man. If you're not running food, fuel, and energy, or electrical equipment to keep this power line going, bro, get out of those contracts. They're gonna get shut down. Get out.
A lot of people be asking me, does it gonna get fixed? Is it gonna get better? I have no fucking clue what is gonna happen because day by day it's getting worse and worse. I have no clue. I haven't seen trucking industry like this in the past 10 years.
Trucking has completely went flat bottom, man. I can honestly tell you these past 3 weeks, it's getting bad.
Someone said if you really want to know what's going on, listen to the truckers. So I searched and I found hundreds and hundreds of those videos. 75% of truckers voted for Donald Trump. I don't want to say you're entering your fuck around and find out phase, but it's like that's exactly what's happening. You are getting exactly what you voted for. You guys are getting laid off. You're not having jobs to fulfill because the shipment yard is empty. Companies are canceling their shipments because of Donald Trump's tariffs. Blanket tariffs. Something he said his whole entire election cycle that he was going to do. Something that we screamed from the mountaintops was a horrendous idea. And yet here we are. You guys are losing your jobs and struggling to feed your families. And our prices at the stores, all of our prices at the stores, are going to go up. Donald Trump's America, man. Anyways, my name is Mercedes Chandler. Give me a follow or you won't see my face again. Thank you. Goodbye.
This is what happens when staunch Republicans get office. Employers get the power. We saw it during Bush Jr. MAGA voted for it.
So the job market responds poorly to the president's policies. The stats come out and he fires the one responsible for those numbers. The felon says the data was rigged in order to make the Republicans and me look bad. Dude, nobody has to rig anything to make you and the maggots look bad. Today he hires a diaper licker to fill that position and cook the books, while he's terminating advisory boards, slashing the budget, and replacing experts with loyalists. He wants to hide the damage he is doing until it's too late. I don't want to live in a world dependent on the government for what is the truth. That's why I'm a conservative, and the rest of my people who thinks they're conservatives became sheep to the felon. Nah, this will not stand at all.
And we've got some breaking news. The July jobs report was released just moments ago, and it shows that the United States added 73,000 jobs last month. That is less than the 100,000 that economists had expected. The unemployment rate saw a slight increase to 4.2%. The report also revealed job totals for June and May were revised much lower, down a combined 258,000 from the previous announced levels. That's significant. Seems like a pretty bad news report. Outside of healthcare and a couple other sectors, job market actually shrinking, and certainly this didn't meet expectations.
Absolutely not. Healthcare and service jobs. That's where we actually saw hiring. And where didn't we? Manufacturing. So that's what I really want to focus on, because there's been all this talk that, look, the president made these tariff announcements a few months ago and the economy still held. Well, what the economy has done is braced itself, like waiting for tariffs to hit, which, as you know, is going to happen now. And this idea that we're going to bring back these manufacturing jobs, they're not happening. So the interesting thing is, okay, well, if the jobs picture is worsening, are we potentially going to get a rate cut, right? Could that be back on the table in September? Well, maybe if you look at the jobs picture. But the thing is, Jonathan, The main reason why we haven't and might not get that rate cut is because of these tariffs and all of the uncertainty and problems it's causing, not just for countries and economies around the world, but what the tariffs are doing is hurting the U.S. economy, U.S. companies, and eventually the U.S. consumer. And if we're looking at the jobs picture as bad as it is, and now the U.S. consumer is bracing itself for higher prices, that's not a good picture.
And we just made it towards the end of this video. Please don't forget giving a like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps my channel to grow, and it helps other people to find my content and my video. Just not only Donald Trump is just having the jobs numbers are all the way to the floor, okay? The economy only at 70,000 jobs in the last trimester, and on the top of that, the unemployment rate, it was like a 475, I believe. I don't remember exactly the number, because I know it was 4, but I don't remember it was 475 or 485, but was between those two numbers. And yes, and the unemployment rate is growing. I actually surprised that it's not even higher than what it is. Not everybody qualify for unemployment. That's the other thing. Okay, not everybody qualify for unemployment, and I think the numbers are as exact as we wanted it to be. Yes, he fired the person that was in charge of statistics. So from now on, the numbers that they're gonna put in there, the unemployment numbers, all the numbers, they measure our economy. We are not gonna know if they are real or they are fake, but we're definitely gonna be able to feel what is the stage of the economy. The other thing that happened when you just apply tariff in this way, the last time that we applied this kind of tariff in this country, one of the consequences to have so many tariffs, it was the Great Depression. So I'm just not saying that we're just gonna be having a Great Depression in the next couple months or in the next year, but definitely when they apply those tariffs the last time, the consequences of that was the Great Depression. Definitely we are heading towards a recession. We just don't have the numbers yet, and we probably will not have the numbers to declare that we have a recession, because they fire the people that is in charge of the statistics. So be careful out there, okay? If you have a job, just make sure that you keep it, okay? Keep your job, do everything that you need to do for you can just keep on producing that bacon for your family or for the people around you. And please give me a like, give me a subscribe. It really helps my channel to grow. Thank you. Bye-bye.